husband spent $6 billion on a gemstone to give to his pregnant wife. He didn't realize that she was going to tell him that the baby had been aborted because she was interviewing for a job as an anchor for a radio station. The husband watched in disbelief as his wife got up and left. 10 years have passed. With her beauty, intelligence and unrivaled courage, she became the head of the company. But behind all this glamour and glitz, she sacrificed her family's happiness. Since the abortion, her husband hadn't touched her for 10 years. Then her mother-in-law suddenly came to the house. Annie knew it was ovulation day because she reminds her every month. She put down the pills and left the house. Looking at the pills on the table and at the date she marked on the calendar, she sighed helplessly. Not long after her husband returned from work, Annie rushed forward and handed over the pills. But her husband just took one look and left, longing to be loved. She sweated to put out the fire inside her. The night was a class reunion. Everyone brought their wives. They all knew that Annie's husband and wife weren't getting along. Annie put her arm around her husband so that no one would see. The classmates all saw her in front of their eyes. When she got home, she asked her husband why he couldn't handle it and had to show it in front of everyone. Annie knew what her husband meant. She had no choice but to use alcohol to numb herself. In the middle of the night, she was woken up by a phone call asking her to go to the airport to pick up an important guest for a press conference. Annie realized that this was the one person she needed to keep her position because the company had injected new blood and the leaders attached great importance to these young people. So she grabbed her clothes and was ready to leave. But then her husband grabbed her hand. When they looked at each other, her husband told her Annie's mother had just been taken ill. The doctor told her she only had a few hours to live and told them to go and see her one last time. But Annie hesitated, thinking about the company's eye on her. The wife couldn't believe that this was her wife talking about her mother, the woman who had given birth to her. And then Annie turned around and left without looking back. As she raced down the road, Annie hesitated and stopped at a fork in the road on her way to the airport. She didn't know if she was going to see her client or her mother for the last time.